Hiya folks, it's me, Rock Scout, bless him. He's done this, I don't really what you really call it. He does these 20 question vinyl tags. There has been one floating about for the last couple of years, but I've never done it. I was watching Rock Scout's latest video the other night, and he set 20 questions, so I thought I'd have a go. The problem is, I know it's a bit of a cop out. I'm not showing CDs. I hope you don't mind, Scott. We've all gone down with colds there, and I'm scared that because I'm an asthmatic, it might get, if I start rummaging through my stuff, it might give me an asthma attack. So I have to pass on. I've got a couple of CDs here, so I've had to pass on that. So what I'm going to do is, I wanted to do it, so I'm going to do I know it's a bit of a cop-out, sorry, but I'm doing it verbally. So I'm going to read the questions out, and I'm going to tell you. So here we go, it's 20 questions. Question number 1, music spoiled by vocals. Sorry Metal Mickey and Claudia, I know you love them, but Anthrax. Been listening to them since they started, never ever sort of got into them. Never liked the singing. Not like much about them really. I've tried my best, but they've never clicked with me after 30 odd years. Sorry. An album let down by bad production. That's the only question I can't answer, because I know friends of mine have made records, and production is dictated by how much money you've got in the kitty. A lot of people, if you've got lots of money, you get a great product. If you ain't got much money, you get a poor product. What does me head on the VC is when people start criticising albums from the 70s and 80s for having poor production. The equipment they used to use, like spool to spools and stuff like that, of course ain't going to sound as good as albums produced digitally today. So yeah, it's one of my pet hates in music is production. Also, there's nothing I can do about them anyway. They're done and dusted. I suppose some of the modern albums are not being well produced, but what you got to remember is I can make a CD on my computer if I was that way inclined. You don't need a recording studio anymore. The whole music thing's changed, so you know, I'm not answering that question. No disrespect, but it depends on price and how much money you've got. A band that suffers a weak member. This is controversial. Now, I don't know if you don't know, but KK Dowling's really piddled me off just lately. What he's gone and done is they formed a new band. Wait for it, KK's Priest. And what he's done is he's recruited Tim Ripper Owens and a few other members. And what they're going to do is sing old Priest numbers and do new material. Man, what a thing to do to your old band. You know, KK's Priest, come on. You could have called it something else. There's only one priest, and that's the Judas Priest, not KK's Priest, mate. It's just a tribute act, and it's really made me angry. It's like Magnum. They've had the same problem with former members. I think it's called Kingdom of Madness or something. There's a Magnum tribute band with ex-members in as well. Talk about backstabbing your bandmates, mate. It's not on. And I, for one, won't be supporting you or any of your music, mate. You've gone way down in my estimation. So there. Show an album that defines heavy. The first Black Sabbath album. Show an album recommended to you by the music community. Loads. But I particularly like Biogenesis, Land of Confusion. I don't know what or their record. I like Triton. Loads. Res Band. There's literally loads. Show an album that takes the music. I've got CDs for this now. Show an album that takes my musical taste in different. This one. I love the title to this. That sums me up. Not racist, just bald. That sums me up. I'm a punk rocker, and many people can't fathom it out, but I love punk rock. Anybody tells me metalheads can't be punk rockers, well, how do you get thrash metal? Work it out. That is an argument that doesn't hold water for me, but I love punk. A gem from my collection. That has to be my 7-inch copy of Beyond the Realms White Promo. It is a unique item, and you want to see people's heads their eyes pop out their heads when they've looked at it. That has got to be the gem to my collection. Because I've got friends who are experts on the stuff, and they've never ever seen one. And 7-inch is just a dream in my collection. It's very hard to get pre 7 inches anyway, but White Promo and my favourite record by them is unbelievable. A band that form closest to me, that's a simple one. There's two. The main one is Cancer, Johnny Walker. I used to know him. I still do. And also I'm going for Napalm Death. Two blokes, I think it was Shane Embry and somebody at Barney's. Was it Barney? Metal Mickey will know. But you know who I mean, Mick. They came from Broseley, which is 5 miles away. Two lads out of Napalm Death and Cancer. An album I like for a melody, Accept, Kool-Aid. And I love that song. It's really melodic. Not the Udo version, the new singer, I can't remember his name. But I love Kool-Aid for melody. But yeah, anything by Accept, can't get enough of it. An album in my collection I would sell first. Sorry Scott, it's my Motley Crue collection. I've only kept it because I'm waiting for a good price, because it's all original pressings. It's quite valuable, and I've got a trade in mind for it. Or it's still here, but it would be my Motley Crue collection if I had to. But I've never ever sold a record, metal or rock, because then you regret it afterwards. So I've never done it in the first place. But yeah, it would have to be my Motley Crue collection. Which sub-metal genre would I delete from existence? Anything that promoted negativity or stuff like that. If it's not positive, I don't want to know. The band artist reissue in 21. What reissue? It'll have to be Wasps Live at the Lyceum video on DVD, because it was it may have been put on DVD. I may be blowing smoke, but as far as I know, it was released on video, but it was never released on DVD. The same said for Judas Priest, one I'm after as well. I've got it on VHS, but I haven't got. It was never released onto DVD. So that's the two I would like to see. Which 80s metal act would I like to see a comeback album from? 2, Sabat, and I'd like to hear another sort of thrashy record from them. And also Wasp. I think you will be hearing a new album released next year. I've got a feeling they've got a new album coming out. But they're the two main bands. I can't think of anyone else. Show an alternative variation of a metal cover. I can't do that, sorry, but I've got a few. No, I'll use Rolling Stones. Have got lots of variations, but I can think of 2 or 3, but I haven't got it with me. A band for you that defies metal. That's an easy one as well. Sad Wings of Destiny by Judas Priest. To me, it's the best metal album ever recorded. And it's got the best metal song ever recorded, Victims of Changes, on it. It's a classic, it was a game changer, and to me it's perfect heavy metal. So it has to be Sad Wings of Destiny. To me that was a complete game changer for the genre. And anything Priest to me are the metal. They're not a classic rock band, they're a heavy metal outfit. Black Sabbath, they're not a doom band, they're heavy metal bands. And I'm proud to live just down the road, because Rob Alford comes from about 20 miles away, just down the road. But anything by Judas Priest, but particularly Sad Wings of Destiny. There you go. I'm militant this morning, aren't I? I've had me Weetabix. Show your most metallic album cover. I've got a Magnum. It's in a silver capsule, or not silver, but it's in a metal capsule. You know what I mean. An album you dislike now but highly regard. That has to be hang on a minute. An album you dislike but now highly regard. Anything by Thin Lizzy. I used to hate them back in the 70s. And Greg the Eggs and Scott sort of got me back into them. But yeah, anything by Thin Lizzy. An album you liked but now disregard. Motley Crue albums. Sorry Scott again. What else? There's quite a few, I can't think of any, but mainly the Motley Crue lot. A metal band that deserves more recognition. I can think of quite a few. I think Wasp should have got more than they did. I think a lot, if it were British bands and American bands, I think Wasp should have got a lot more than they did. Judas Priest, that would be controversial, but I think they are metal gods, don't get me wrong, but I think they should have got more. But they've had it, people would be laughing because they're the biggest band, well, not the biggest band in the world, but they are up there. But I think they should have got a bit more, especially in the UK. More love in the UK. Who else could I think of? The biggest one for me is Alex Harvey Band of the 70s. To me, that band is the most underrated British band. Listen to it, they're fantastic. But sadly, Alex Harvey died in 1980. But to me, that is the most underrated British band, is Alex Harvey. But I can think of quite a few. Diamond Head's obviously the one. They should have got a lot more. Budgie, to me, they're one of the most iconic metal bands in the world. So definitely Budgie. I can think of quite a few. I know Scott will be dying because I'm giving all the answers away. Oh, now I was a bit confused on the next one. Me number one Grell going into 2021. He'll have to. Well, I don't know if you've seen Darcy's latest video. There's a few Dios he held up. I think some of them will be going in my collection. They're Grell, well, not Grails, but they're stuff I would like to buy in 2021. I'm always on the lookout for a Rolling Stones first album in original. That'll cost me about 350 quid plus. But all the Grails I need, I can't afford them. But there's always stuff I'm on the lookout for. But my Grail is for. I know it sounds cheesy. It's just that we all love each other and be kind to each other. That'll be my holy grail for 2021. There's too much crap in the world at the moment. We ought to start loving each other. Anyway, folks, with that, I'm going. I'm sorry I've been a bit militant today, haven't I? Well, take care, folks, and have a good one. Bye.